Hello and kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Thursday weather update and our weekend update as well. Just a programming note, we have no video tomorrow Friday, but there's not a huge amount going on, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's have a look and see what's happening. We've got this large area of low pressure. It looks impressive on the animated wind map. It's not overly stormy and it's falling apart as it moves in. Before it comes in, we've got windy northerlies through Cook Strait, around Wellington and Marlborough, or the Marlborough Sounds in particular. A little brisk around East Cape, but elsewhere, if you look at the lines, they're all going in different directions. So we've got a little bit of convergence offshore. If you take a look at the Met Service rain radar, you can see some big downpours just offshore. Some of those, well, at the time we recorded that, which was Thursday morning, as we go through in the afternoon, those downpours will move inland. So it's well worth tracking them. But rainfall-wise, over the next 3 days, not a huge amount actually coming through. We've got around about 20 or 30 millimetres for most places here on the map, and similar story in the South Island. The most rain is coming in around northern parts of Southland and other parts of Otago, mostly due to some afternoon downpours that will bubble up this weekend, but also on Saturday, there is a cold front coming into Southland with some wet weather. But the leftovers of that low really do fall apart. If you're in the east with the green there, that's just a couple of showers or spits as that front moves across you. Departure from normal, maximum temperatures. In other words, how much warmer or cooler is it compared to usual? This is Thursday, this is Friday. So today, warmer than average across all of New Zealand, especially inland areas, which are 4 to 8 degrees warmer than average. And in fact, these darker areas are more than 8 degrees above normal, which is remarkable considering last Friday it was the other way around. It was 4 to 8 degrees below normal with that snow. Now, as we go through to Friday, as that front moves over the North Island, the temperatures reset. And in fact, if you're in Taupo or Rotorua, you're going to find the temperatures are a little bit cooler than average tomorrow, just a little bit, a degree or so in those places. Otherwise, most of the North Island's about normal. The South Island's still leaning warmer than average in the southern part of it and inland areas. So here we are on Friday. Before all that wet stuff comes through for the weekend in the south, the front falls apart with that low into the North Island on Friday. So that's the reason why the North Island gets the rain first and why the temperatures drop in the north before the South Island, because you've got this westerly change about to turn more southwest, whereas the South Island, not a lot of wind change for you. So a bit of a wet Friday in the north, maybe an isolated heavy fall or two, so just be aware of that. Now, as we go into Saturday, it's the old switcheroo. It's down to the South Island now. That's where the cold front comes in. It's not a very big one. It's enough to bring in some wet weather and a little bit of snow up along the mountains, heavier rain on the west coast, and just a few showers with westerlies for the North Island on Saturday. So it'll be dry and mild for most of you along the east. As we get through to Sunday, no real change, although it dries out further in Southland. A few heavy downpours, though, bubble up into the afternoon. This is later on Sunday afternoon, this map. Normally we show you lunchtime. This is about 3 p.m. and it shows the afternoon downpours bubbling up, which is, by the way, a bit of a sign that summer is building up. We don't really get so much of those afternoon downpours in the colder months. So seeing these coming through and forming, that is a sign that we've got some afternoon heat and a little bit of instability with some low pressure in there. That's a bit what we're seeing here on Monday. In fact, you can see there's some low pressure to the south, big high out to the west. There's another one out to the east. So we've got low pressure sort of in the New Zealand area here on Monday. That will spark a few downpours, mostly around the southeastern corner here, where it's also going to be cooler in the South Island, really right along the southern and eastern sides of the North Island. Monday's not overly warm. And then we get to Tuesday and it's still kind of in that unsettled setup. High pressure out in the Tasman, a bit of low pressure out to the east. And by the way, see how you can see the two highs and the low in the middle. If you take a look at our Climate Watch update, if you haven't watched that yet, which came out yesterday, the 1st of November, it shows a map in the second week of this month where it just goes high, low, all across the maps. So it shows that we've still got some instability, but none of those systems look like major storms, not at this stage anyway, not for New Zealand. So hopefully a little bit of a foot taken off the accelerator as far as the weather is concerned for us over the next week. It's still unsettled, but not as stormy. That is all from me. And just a reminder again, we're not here tomorrow, Friday, for our Friday update. We've got the day off. Been a very busy week for us, but we've got our Climate Watch update, which you can watch. And then we're back again on Monday with our usual updates. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.